Okay, thank you. Few housekeeping rules. First, Mr. Mamadi Kurang address. Okay, few housekeeping rules. Mr. Mamadi will give address and followed by Honorable Chairman Yankuba's Dabo with a statement. After Yankuba's statement, Honorable Kante also will give a statement. Will followed by Honorable Sise, and there will be questions and answers. And UDP Chairman Bakau constituency, Honorable Dudu Jao will give vote of thanks. So this is the schedule of the program. Without wasting much ado, we will invite Mr. Mamadi Kurang to give his address. Thank you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. I welcome everybody and thank you, all of you. We thank you for coming. Really appreciate it. Your presence as journalists is very important to us, important for the democracy right in the Gambia. Obviously today I initiated this press conference to speak about my political future. I feel that the Gambia is at a tipping point. The country with a young democracy, but the democracy is at stake. The future of the next generation is at stake. Our democracy is at the risk of being compromised. At the risk of being compromised, bearing in mind the failure of the transitional justice system that is supposed to be in place, at the risk of self-entrenchment. The country is at a tipping point. The economy, number one. Inflation is rampant. If you ask the government, they will say, but we are thinking as Gambians about our standard of living. That is what is at the mind of most Gambians. While the government is borrowing and borrowing, and the president and his people are talking about building, for us as Gambians, it is better to reflect on history, that we had a government, the PPP, and they have done tremendous infrastructural developments. But people were still asking for improved standard of living. The APRC had come and built roads, just like the PPP from Banjul to Basse, both North and South Bank. But one question that always remains in the mind of Gambians is our standard of living, the cost of living, the daily struggle of the families. That we don't need to tell each or ask each other, how is it going? The verdict, thousands and thousands of young people every day are taking the risk to go back way. While the government mortgages our life by borrowing and borrowing. Today, the national debt stands at over $100 billion. 50% of that, most of that, just in the last 8 years. As they borrow, there is a risk for the future generation. So the economic debate cannot just be over because the president come and say, "Ngasilolole from Kudang to Jafai," or from Salikenye to Jabakunda. The debate still remains that Gambians deserve better standard of living. My conviction is what brought me here today, that I need, as always, to have a say in where this country goes. 2026 is just at the corner. And every Gambian must ask yourself questions and must take decisions. Personally, I've taken decisions before in my life. As a student, I have stood up for student rights, even though it is not popular. At the university, I have done the same. Working as a young banker, I have made decisions as an auditor that did not favor me at that time, but I think is good for my country. At the Jane Commission, I have made decisions which may not be popular at that time, but I felt is good for the country. And therefore, as a politician, I must keep questioning myself of what I need to do in order to contribute to the country, in order to contribute and determine the destiny of the future. Therefore, at this point in time, I felt it is necessary for me to make a new political standpoint. 2026 is critical for every Gambian. Everybody must play a part. And my part, my journey, is the reason why I call this press conference today. And I must say, I have finally made up my mind that for 2026 December, while the country is at a tipping point, and what is holding us to fall, are we going to let the country fall? We cannot let the country go astray. We cannot let the economy continue to go down the drain. So the question now is, what are the options I have analyzed? And I have made no secret of what I think. That in 2026 December, it is necessary for every Gambian to stand up and say no to the third term of the presidency of Adama Barrow. The president says the law is in his favor. Mune loi bi daf ko allow pour mu taxaw for the third term. We cannot go back to that story. We know the story. We know that in the transitional justice, every Gambian voted, every Gambian gave their voice that this country at least should try to be like our sister country, Senegal. Abdou Diouf, they don't hate him. We don't hate Adama Barrow. Abdoulaye Wade, it's not because they hate him. It's not because we hate Barrow. Macky Sall, it's not because we hate Barrow. And now they have Jomai. And if Jomai stays for 10 years, the Senegalese will tell him, no matter how handsome he is, Mister, it is time to go away. That is how a country that wants to go forward should behave and think. It is therefore time for Gambians to ask for an end to the presidency of Adama Barrow at the end of his second term. Not for any personal grievances, but for the future and the destiny of our children. Therefore, I have to ask myself, what is the best possible option? As you know, I'm a politician. Over the past 5 years, I'm new in politics, new language to gasi politics, sign and told dunta politico kono. Barinka korsiro kele. And I have come to the conclusion that the United Democratic Party come to the conclusion that the best option to avoid a third term for the Barrow presidency is the United Democratic Party. My brothers are here. I appreciate it. Some of you may think, why are they here? Is it because it is UDP? I think the story is longer than that. Many of the people, aliye mo jamal jijang, ñu bari ñi ngeen fi gis, dama leen xam. We can be on opposite side. I can disagree with Yankuwa, the honorable chairman. I can disagree with my uncle Sise. You have seen my debates with Sonko for the past 3 years. Very aggressive debates. Nothing personal about that. That was what I think at that time, and that was what we think. But it never spoiled our friendships. We kept talking. Sirifo and so many other youths from the UDP have been to my house before, many times. Every time we have debate with Garmi and others at iAfrica, after the debates, we go and sit and drink attire and talk. Nko Gambian call politico manke nyo jaweyate. Politik bi du yefi sohorante. Most of us here, we come from political families. Some of us either pro our relatives or somebody, as Gambia is a small country. But I said they are here today because what is happening today is a continuation of so much dialogue that has been happening behind the scenes. And molnyantalon naleko kafo ko ninkari mang nyoje o matin na alieke nyoja wote. I believe that the Gambia is one family. Many of us have relatives in every part of the country. And many of us have relatives in every tribe. I believe that politics is about opinions and not about personal differences. So in 2026, Manduma wa Moy, lawyer Usainu Dabo is the best person I said, lawyer Usainu Dabo is the best person to take the Gambia to bring an end to self-entrenchment, to bring an end to the rule of Adama Barrow. Not big Adama is our brother. Even after a year, if he invites us, Chairman, Honorable, we will go and talk to him. But we said Adama must not pass through December 2026. Many people say, it's just today I came to UDP. No. You know I am coming from the PDOIS. It's nothing personal, as I keep on saying. Lawyer Usainu Dabo is not a stranger to me. He has attended at least 4 or 5 of my naming ceremonies, my children. You don't know that. Let me tell you. But I am coming from a different political angle with him. It did not spoil the relationship between us. Politics should not spoil relationship in Gambia. 4 of my naming ceremonies, lawyer Usainu Dabo da fade ñew. Suma ñoom nijaay ñoko de indi. My Bakau people are here. The chairman. He came today and I asked him to help me. He has never met me. Today is the first time. But I've met so many people in Bakau. My childhood friends are here. And I'm very pleased to appreciate them here with Dudo and others, the two Dudos in Akebal Malti. We have seen you and observed you over the years. Politics, even if we are on opposite sides, I believe we can still work together to move the country forward. Lawyer Usainu Dabo, as I said, has gone to school with Dr. Kurang, who is my father. Dr. Marena, who is my father-in-law, my uncle Barang, who brought me and gave me the first voter's card and tell me, Tafai Usainwe. And I went and voted for Usain. So while I'm at PDOIS, every time I meet Usainu, we come from different political parties. Nene ma jañato musma ko gis ci botam ne Alhaji yang ci fenen ma ngi fenen musta happen. I'm telling you things which you didn't know. I am trying to say that the Gambia is one family, but we must all come together. I believe that Lawyer Dabo, as the party leader of the UDP, has the wisdom. He has the knowledge to lead the party. He has the experience. He has the track record. He's a good listener. For the past 5 years, I've been observing the UDP. One example, while Usain Dabo was away in America or in Europe, executive of the party, some of the executives were vacant. And these young people and these people you see around me here, they step in and they fill the vacant positions even before the party leader landed back to the country. That is a real democratic party. I'm not party you bari fi. So party leader bi nekuti fi. Bena position sa secretary sa do ko muna fil su fekene party leader bi tukina. But why Wahumane, the UDP is perfect. But from outside, that is something I appreciate. And that party is capable enough to take the Gambia forward. Mane wa Gambia. Lunyo ragal buru fusanil karta Usainu Dabo. Demba mange watana gen mané ko yow so amé sa dom bu jigen xalé bu jigen nga né ko Alhaji mu ngi ni bopam mu ngi tanga xalé bi jigen bi hejna amna fu mo sey way légui ragal na bur dem ci jëkër bo xamné dina ko toroxal nga koy jox Ousseynou Ndara koy jox Alhaji parce que Alhaji nga xamné bopam mu ngi dëgër pa bi is not going to hurt anybody. If he is my uncle, he attends my naming ceremonies, he moves around with my family, and I went to another political party and I met him and he never showed me anything, one single dot that I have done something wrong. I believe that when he becomes president, anybody who against him and anybody for him, he will stand for them.
There you are.
I'm not sorry, but I appreciate you all, and I believe that so many people here, Mo Jamal Bijande Yeo Karang Usenu Bolle. I appreciate my brother when I saw him on in media. My brothers here, the chairman. I believe that they speak passionately. For everybody, my friends, my family is here also. I believe that people following UDP speak passionately, but I have disagreed with most of the people here, but they don't take it personally.
No.
And that is a good principle I appreciate from the UDP. So it shouldn't be long. I know there will be questions. As the chair says, Mangenyan wa Gambia dilen wahne politics du yefi topante. The 2026 self-entrenchment can only be removed from the Gambia by the United Democratic Party. So, Mr. Chair, I would like to stop here.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon or good evening. I want to thank members of the press here present. Thank you for coming. And providing coverage to many people who I believe are watching this live event across the world and in Gambia. I want to thank our party leader, ANM, Usainu Numukunda Dabo. I want to thank our chairman, that is the chairman of the Bakau constituency here present, Mr. Duru Jao. We have our staunch supporter in Bakau, Dudu Kasajata, here in our midst. And then the honorable members of parliament that are here with us, Honorable Ahmed Kante and Honorable Lamin Sise, the Honorable Councillor for Banjul Nimwar, and then many other members of the United Democratic Party, Nyauru Koma, and everyone else here present. I want to thank the main person who, as a result of the decision he had made today, brought us all together in this hall here in Bakau. And that is my brother, Alhagie Mamadi Kurang. You have given us a news worth celebrating today. And indeed, we are very much delighted and we would like to say welcome to the United Democratic Party. The party of yours, the party of your fathers, and then it is good to welcome you back home. As he rightly stated, the election year 2026 have already dawned on us, because now we are going to count months, not years, because the election is scheduled to take place on the 5th of December 2026. So 12 months to that date starts 3 days ago. So we already, the third day into that year. And to have a news that which we are witnessing here today, to have that kind of news entering into the political year or an election year is indeed a very, very important, delightful, and a very good news for a political party. Any political party would run a mile in excitement for that news, and we are indeed going to also have a lap for that, because we are very, very delighted about that news. And as I said, we welcome Mamadi Kurang to the struggle, to the journey, to the strive to emancipate our people from the perpetual rule of one person in this country. Remember, Barrow came to power on the promises of ending self-perpetuity in power, because we had two leaders in this country who had been in power for more than 50 years. During that period, countries like America had 5 presidents. Many other countries in UK had more than 6 or 7 prime ministers leading their countries. So the main reason many people believe, and I also subscribe to that view, and that is this: one reason why our country is still hadn't registered much progress within the last many years is because we have had very few leaders as presidents of this country. We had only 3 presidents. So we could have had many presidents within that period. Gambia celebrated how many years of independence? 60 years of independence. That could have been 6 presidents. But we are unfortunate to tell our children that we had only 3 presidents within that period. And 3 presidents, all they can show us is that of, I built a 500 kilometers road, and another can say I built maybe an arch when you are entering into Banjul, and what else? But still we are having so many of our youths dying in the rough seas, going to other nations in search of greener pasture. That is certainly not a record of success, but it's a record of failure. Failures that we want to put an end to. And we believe we can do that, but we cannot do it alone. And that's why it is very, very significant to have an important and also a patriot like Mamadi Kurang, who had done so much in his own contribution to this nation by educating so many people who have gone on to man significant portfolios in our government structures in this country. And he had done that sometimes voluntarily, simply because he wanted to make sure that this country prospers. And I'm sure he is also a household name in the Gambian politics. A lot of people do listen to him. A lot of people are inspired by him. A lot of people are convinced by him. And today, the decision he made, I believe, would inspire many of those people if they are sitting on the fence to see to it that the United Democratic Party is the vehicle that will be able to liberate this country from the mismanagement, misappropriation of our funds by this national puntum pantam party of President Barrow. I mean, you have all witnessed it not long ago. We had a minister came onto the public space to tell us that we are owing, or the country is owing Car Powers $19 million. That's almost about $1.5 billion. Only for those people to turn up to say, no, they are not owing us anything. So what were they trying to do with that money? Steal. They were trying to steal that money. But on a broad daylight, anyone that had done that in our society, you know what we would have done? Everybody would have shouted, "Sache, sache, thief, thief, thief," and we would have chased them. But these people, we have not done that to them. The audit reports have told us so many misappropriations that have happened to our public funds. You know, one thing why the average Gambian is suffering is because we have a government, successive governments have concentrated very much on what they call infrastructural development. Not much has been done towards improving the welfare of the Gambian people. So welfare has never been a priority for these successive governments. Only the welfare of those that are working within the state, for the states, have been considered or prioritized, but the rest of the masses were left to fend for themselves. And this is the reason why many of our youths felt hopeless and frustrated and felt desperate about their situation in this country. That can only be changed and alleviated by a political party a government that understands that development is not only about building infrastructures, but development is about taking care of the welfare of your people, ensuring that everybody earns a basic minimum living standard. And we can assure you, a united democratic Party government will not only invest on infrastructure, but will also invest on the welfare of the Gambian people. This is the government a government that promised our people that if you voted for us, we will improve your living standards from what it was before 2021. But the same president, I think it was barely 1 year into that second term, told every Gambian that you're going to pay at the hospitals. It's no longer going to be free. Even healthcare is something that they were not willing to support the poor in this nation to be able to at least get that basic healthcare need or healthcare support. They didn't want to do that. So I don't want to spend much time talking. I know time is of essence here, but I just want to once again express our delight as a party and as supporters and members of the United Democratic Party to have been able to convince, and I know this wasn't an easy decision, was not an easy decision for Mr. Kurang to make. As he rightly said, he's not a novice in politics. He's a bit well experienced in politics and must have done a lot of consideration, a lot of mulling over, a lot of brainstorming and appraising of which particular party would serve not only my interest, but the interests of the greater number of this nation. And we are not surprised that he had made that decision, because we believe in that is what this party stood up for so many years. And when we campaigned in my region, in the West Coast region, we promised the people of that region that that is what we're going to deliver. And I believe today many people felt that we have actually lived up to the promises and the expectations that they have in us. And I can promise you that most Gambians who are in doubt, and we tell you this, give us the benefit of the doubt. Just give us the benefit of the doubt. Just cast that vote to us. Give us 5 years if we do not prove to you and we fail to live up to your expectations, get rid of us. But as Mr. Kurang alluded to, we cannot afford to give another president a third term in this country. And Barrow cannot be given a third term. And on that note, I conclude by congratulating and indeed welcoming my brother home, back home to United Democratic Party. I thank you all.
Thank you.
Yes. I am going to decorate my brother with our United Democratic.
One is enough. One is enough. Yeah, man. Yeah. Moderator, we are delighted to be here.
Silence, please.
And we appreciate your coming. This is what we expect. And this is what you have been delivering. Anytime politicians call our veteran journalists respond positively. On that note, we thank you for being here with us today. Our being here today is a significant moment, a moment wherein our own brother, Mr. Kurang, had made a decision, and that decision is a positive decision. We will assure him that the decision that he has taken today is the best decision towards many important things that will follow suit for the development of this country. I appreciate the chairman of Brigama Area Council, my own chairman, Ba Keba Kinde, is here with us, the community members of Bakau, chairwomen of various constituencies here present, the councillor of Banjulindi Ward, our chairman of Bakau constituency, Mr. Nyawur Koma, and many other important personalities who are here with us. We recognize all of your presence. Having been said here and listening to our brother of the fundamental reasons he have highlighted that motivated him to join this, to make this important decision, one that stands out is the economy of this country. The economy of this country is at a very bad state. We are just in the budget session. Today, in fact, was the budget debate. Imagine, he touched areas of borrowing currently. If you look at this year 2026 budget, the estimate for 2026 is $36 billion, the estimate. But if you look at 55,
If you look at the debt servicing, the money that will be utilized for our debt servicing is about 30% of that budget. The 30%, which is $13 billion, is going to be on the debt services. My brothers and sisters, when we look at our development sectors, the productive sectors, there is nothing much that we are giving that can significantly improve our stability in terms of food self-sufficient, our other welfares like education and even security. So you'll see, Tori, that the economy that he took has a principal factor to inform his decision to join United Democratic Party is at a due course. He's an economist. He knows. But he has the belief that if Gambians come together and vote for His Excellency Lawyer Ousainou Darboe, that economy will be restored. Productive sectors within our society will be reinforced, and money will go into the value of the goods. He is an economist. He knew all these things, he analyzed all these things, and he has made a final decision. Second point he highlighted is about our young democracy. My brother, if we successfully introduce two-term limit in this country, no president is going to be, a dictator in this country. No president. Because any president who wanted to be a dictator of this country would reflect his mind that I am here for only 10 years, maximum. After 10 years, where am I going to? You're coming back with the same people that you have been brutalizing. You will not like to do that, or you will not like to see yourself in that situation. So you will be a humble president, a servant for the community of the whole Gambia. And that decision also is well thought, Mr. Kurang.
Thank you.
Having said that, we have other speakers. We will say we appreciate your coming, and we believe your coming will take a progressive step towards realization of our desire the desire that will lead us to a better Gambia. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so very much, Honorable Country. Okay. Now I will invite the statement.
الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الحمد لله رب العالمين الحمد لله رب العالمين nga ala tentu man saba man sa kallankeo men yala fu fengo tumbulu fobi ngin kafutano nyoma jang kumal biya kalamta nyameng barka tenturo following na kibaro bunda molla men mu jono li solti allod la warata baake allod la ñi ñata ñim banko kam baake ñim membe keri jambi pour que kuma kangol futandi molma kuma kan ken yari ngol mem futa jang kuma kangol membe kalisari pour que futandi molma yin kibar dima atolle be o do ko kekan so kal tentu kal jey kay tan dalla ko without you there will be no democracy so allod la kuma da baake ko kanne. So to thank all of you. Ni bota auto mbe contendro follow la mbarindingola honorable Alhagie Mamadi Kurang. Me yalon ko amu politiko kono ntol funding kewol ye yakarangolti ntol funding kewolu nka yaka mol la politiko kono me yalon ko ay hormo soto ay daji ko beto soto andu ay londo fanan soto abuka diamuni ni diala ntol funding kewol membe politiko kono nkala fi funding ke ba sifa la kayaka wala adun Alhagie Mamadi Kurang be mol le kono men yalon ko ye londo sotole ila londo fana ye horomo soto kono andu la politiko fana ika tamandin tonya so ni momem be wonyama ni ko anata kafu ila kafoma wom kontane ku balti wom la fa balti United Democratic Party dingol mem bebe jang chairman Brikama Area Council Yankuba Dabo be konton na bake Honorable Kante Busumbala constituent chairman Bakau constituents Councilor Banjunundi Ward West Coast Region United Democratic Party la dingol mem bebe jambal be konton ntebe mem fola drong Busumbala constituency la chairman obe jam bake ba ngi fanan konton bake inim Alhagie Mamadi la family fanan ngi be konton men yalon ko yakata ko ke e lote fe pour ka je ko ngafuta bitem boto kato hadama woni be duna politiko kono hannata dunya bele be fe bar ni la family mantare fe drom fente bulu bar kabri la family be ko ma drom alhamdulillah rabbil wal ala ten tolte so family kawol tento kawol jay kata jamal le keta njikita ko hani mem mula no munyo sen ngota fane concept dile afane ala blessing dile pour ka je ko yene ka fu United Democratic Party ma ka fane tentu ka jay afana mu molti melon kay kata ko ke pour kam fukan liggi gan bari United Democratic Party dingol mbeme folale wala nyinti ko nkana kuma ko men fo alse ila mo ala baake musulman dino ni wuluta musulman dino kono yes sangi tanko non to baluje fo sayen tilta netuta je fa mo wuluta kafiriya kono ma foko politiko men be karado la kafiriya la. I'm just trying to give you an analogy so that you understand. Amari nata adunta muslima kono ay sanji chame balu tiliki netuta je fa ina be kanyanta muslima dino kono albe kanyanta wotole so meya United Democratic Party lo do kalam 1996 anin Alhagie Mamadi Kurang men jointa be kanyanta United Democratic Party kono United Democratic Party dingole kango men soto yo kangole soto United Democratic Party alana ka kafu United Democratic Party ma is ala conviction ole meyalon ko abe lorin tafundo lel kan katun ka United Democratic Party dingoti amanche ko ibetar kafole kono but work is to believe in a certain set of principles and values. So those are the values Alhagie Mamadi Kurang has buy into today. And he believes that the best decision to rescue this country 2026 is to join United Democratic Party. So Walantin another kafo nyimma. So mbesa embrace nga kalam tako do ko be mbema Gambia dingolu kaytanda lako Useni Dabo manna pour que president in this country. Our party leader is not coming to be a president in this country. He has already been a president. There has not been any politician in this country who has been celebrated and enjoyed the highest level of loyalty than Lawyer Useni Dabo. Never on the face of this country. That has never happened. He has been the minister. He has been the vice president. He has never molded a single block for himself to build a structure in this country. Audit reports from 2017 to 2019, no audit report has revealed that Lawyer Useni Dabo has interfered with a corrupt activities with a bootload of Gambian dollars. That has never happened in this country. This is Lawyer Useni Dabo who has been brutalized and beaten, imprisoned by former dictator Yaya Jammeh. When he stepped his foot at the gate of Mile 2, after being imprisoned for 8 months, the first word he said, I have forgiven President Jammeh. That is enough for every Gambian. Hey, mona na fonye, akonya ko ni yetata ware yankubata ware modota mbe karto faylaine. Nkaye ko, Lawyer Useni Dabo le karanta yankubati. Atele londo sota, atele atele karanta tete, atele experience tete. Atele dunia kalam tante atele se Gambia nol kafuno nyoma atele se diversity kafuno nyoma atele pesen soton tolte atele balafa soton tolte Gambia dingo ni ko be karto failante ta faila way. That is something sentiment, that is not by principle. So Alhagie Mamadi Kurang Gambia dingo mba falale ko, if in this government cannot account for Gambia dingo men be fata nyumba kono baka onkol nga fale. I'm sorry to say this, and every time stepping back out because I remind about it. Alsa kalam taw nyama mo jamal la fata ba ko jam alla bakaw jam ndemban clinic balla bakaw jan. Go just move 100 meters away from this building. You will have a testimony of a woman whose husband is lying on the floor because there is no bed in that health center. You will just do that. Go to that hospital. You will find somebody sitting in a wheelchair. And a drip is posted on the person because there is no bed. If you say you want to impose charges on people for medical fees, but that has to be accompanied by the quality of services. That is not what we have today. Ni ko ye silo deda silo nyanta kata karambungol leto karambungo me yalon ko tica kendo le beje infrastructure beje bare suma nyanta kata loptano me yalon ko bor teje no sol fana man tara loptano ama nyanta kata This is infrastructure development. It should lead to those type of developments. So I remember about our debt. As today where we stand, na banko julomem benna $129.5 billion. Wala ben na banko la bi. $129.5 billion. Wala ben na banko la. Na banko julo mem benna na banko la kodo billion cheme billion mo nin kononto anin talanteo wo julo wala ben na banko la. ni wo julo tata kata min tole ñina mo economy so la problème ot ka julo ta manke problème ot because banku bali membe dunya ko ne ka julo tale banni ye julote ka dum di mire kunna e ka julota ya dum di fenkuna pour ase fembondi ye julo jo bari ko julo ke fenti ntolla en tax ndingo men ka ko tin kana julo jol as we stand today na budget o me alon ko ngalandi for 2026 is 55.3 billion tallu ni lulu ani million keme saba wala mun na budget o be men dépense la pour 2026 sango kon bari wo billion tallu ni lulo kono billion tanning fula ani feng wo be kata julu jol hey gambia nolo you guys have to sit and analyze that billahi wala ni nyam banko tambita 2026 la. It will take you 20 years to fix it. Billahi wallahi taala. It will take you 20 years plus to fix the mess that is happening in this country. Allah barakabah.
Jerejef Garme, we appreciate it. Lalla muna yobu UDP maa ngi nekk ci politics loo xam ne at least sorry what why you know for a short period in the last 4 years or 5 years te am naa yaakaar ne tuuti experience bu ma ci am politique I waxtaan naa ak Honorable Ousainou Darboe te waxtaan naa with most of the people here before this time and dama feel ne daal I'm going to contribute a lot képp koo xam ne campagne nga ak man ak képp koo xam ne campagne loo ak man sax dinaa def mën a def pexe pour convince la to vote for Honorable Ousainou Darboe. And I have other specific experiences. Yoo xam ne man ko indi si parti bi, you know, data management, strategy, etc. But I want to make reference to one point. maa ngi woon IEC on the day of 2021. Jay, Sumaduge UDP, I'm going to tell them, and when we are talking to the IEC, in 2021, Dama represent PDOIS as the national pooling agent in IEC. I think that's a good experience. Balama joge si office PDOIS, di dem to IEC office in Kanifing. Mata say with one of the pooling agents from Bundung, which is a very congested area, you know. Six o'clock la joge si bureau bi Churchestown, di dem Bundung. At 6 o'clock, at that time, matase ak sister bi mom am na results am be pare. Tay maa ngi xalaat over and over. Lu tax man ma war a talk in IEC for 24 hours bala IEC di announce results. I am going to tell IEC and I'm going to tell the party and the opposition that we must engage with dialogue with the IEC. Senegal, 17 million people. The population of Dakar more upper Gambia. Bala midnight, the results is already announced. United States of America, 100 million voters. IEC, we gave them almost $500 million. The same computers, buñ am Gambia, computer bobu lañ am Dakar. Computer buñ am IEC fii moom lañ am America. So if they can announce millions and millions of votes and count it, man ma joge bundung, results be, sister be mu won mako muna ma lila am in this polling station. And then 24 hours for them to put it in the computer and add it is too long. So that's one of my specific experiences. We are going to Gambia 2026. So you want to spend $500 million to IEC, then len wara won ne bala midnight Gambian si then buga ham ne baro dafa declare. Yes, the IEC will know that they have to announce the results, and if yalla def ne baro lose na dafa wara concede bala Gambian si di teda. There will be a lot of processes on the ground, on the middle, on the level, national level. Wow. Yes. Okay. Wow. Wow. Tontu boobu am na solo dama foog ne su fekkee ne dama need protection dama war a dem to the president. Tey ñëpp xam nañ ne waxuma President call nama why am na ñu mu call si parti boobu NPP waxtaan man tey gars yi am nañ fa position loolu yàgg na du tey te su fekkoon ne place laa bëggoon dinaa doon dem foofu ma lobby nekka directeur fii wala nekka file ministre su ma nekkee ne yàlla dimbal na wa tey su ma nekkee ministre lan lañ ma munal if I need protection I will go to the power. moom moo amee doole bi gis nga moo fi mun a arrest chairman mu mun a arrest any of the MPs moo mun a arrest Mamadi himself at the gala demonstration. President has the power. Suma conviction Moma Dugal to the UDP. I don't feel it is needed. Thank you.
Next question.
Yes.
Sister. Please, can you identify yourself and media behind it?
Okay. Yeah.
Inflation, unemployment, and economic.
Yes, I think we know that number one problem in the government today is corruption. There is a lack of will on the existing government to stop corruption. I'm not wax ne xëj na président bi nandut affaire si loolu moo tax mënu ko stop waaye man believe ma ne du loolu rek su dee loolu la du loolu rek dama believe ne I think that he doesn't have the willpower in his government to fight corruption. So when you fight corruption, you will already be able to protect the resources. And then you come to the basics. You have Gambia has to produce. Mani dokula albijan hani baka ojam fa mbe tambi kan gadino molka mano dokujan.